What's good, everyone? How's it going, guys? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. Manchester United latest news, and just on to discuss, the aftermath, the breakdown, fallout is the word I was looking for after the weekend's football and obviously the result against Leicester City, 4-2 Droppinations away from home, and all the rest of it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's coaching style, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in general. We're going to get into all of it in tonight's show and give you the latest Manchester United news as well. Guys, do us a big favour and get involved in the show tonight. Smash the thumbs up on the video at the start. Get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat throughout. We will be ducking in and out of that as we go along. Also, get in there, Crystal Palace. Come on. Edouard, baby, makes it 2-1 to Crystal Palace against Arsenalans. Get in there. Anyway, sorry. We shouldn't really be laughing because at the moment in time, we are sort of a bit of a banter club ourselves. We haven't got a result for a few games in a row now. Very, very disappointing performances as well to go along with gash results in the league. Really, really frustrating games as well because we've got such great players out there. And Solskjaer, it seems, incapable of getting the team to be playing the sort of football that Manchester United need to be playing and getting the results that we need. Now, there's a lot of Ole in, Ole out debate. We did a big debate about it after the game against Leicester City. And of course, most people, it seemed about 75%, I think, of the fan base were probably Ole out at the time. I don't know if anybody's changed their opinions, if anybody's settled down a little bit and, and just sort of simmered down, or if that is still the case. Get your thoughts and opinions in front and let us know because we will be, getting in there. But me personally, right, okay, I'll just give you mine because a lot of people are going to ask me throughout this stream, are you Ole in, are you Ole out, all that. It happens every single day. To be honest, I'm bloody done talking about it, to be honest with you. Pisses me off. I'll just address it right now. I am still Ole in right now. For the time being, yes, that could change over the next, months. Of course it could. If he completely melts and gets us down in the mid-table positions and fails to get us out of the Champions League group, he's probably not the man for the job. But as of right now, we are still technically in with a chance of winning all of the competitions that we're in. We're really not that far behind first place in the league. We've melted a few games in a row. I would say this, and you can disagree or you can agree and say he's still not the right man for the job. But all the best managers in the world will go for a period at some point when they have a few gash games. It's about how you react, how you bounce back, and just how you overcome that situation, deal with that adversity. There's always going to be adversity in football. What we will see is, can Ole Gunnar Solskjaer get this team to deal with the adversity of losing the last few results and dropping a lot of points over the last few games, and get them to perform over the next few fixtures, which are ridiculously tough opponents, which will be very difficult for Solskjaer to be able to get the wins in all of those games, if any of those games in all honesty, because we're coming up against really big, good teams over the next few fixtures. So for Solskjaer, he's got to deal with that adversity. He's got to get us getting the results. And if we can get the results, we will be back up there. If we don't get the results against these big teams, which to be fair, at this moment in time, a lot of people are not expecting us to get the results, then he's probably going to get the sack sooner rather than later. I'm not saying it'll be after these 4 or 5 games, but if we're down, outside of the top few positions at Christmas time, and the other results in other competitions are maybe not going our way, I could see him getting sacked come the start of the new year, somewhere around there, in worst case scenario. But in terms of, getting sacked now, I don't think anybody's going to get their wish, guys. Everybody's talking about Ole out, Ole out, Ole out. You're not going to get Ole out for a while because the Glazers seem reasonably happy with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's only a few games, as I say. They're not going to just completely undo the few-year project that they've already backed at this moment in time. So I think that he's not going to get sacked imminently. It will be at some point in the future if and when Manchester United are no longer in the position, where we can challenge for a lot of things, guys. That is my humble, honest opinion. Like, he is not a proven coach. He's not a trophy-laden manager. This is his season to do that. He's got a squad capable of doing it. If he doesn't do it, he's probably going to have to part ways, isn't he? But I don't see the Glazer, I don't see the Manchester United board, the owners, doing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer dirty like that, a club legend, and sacking him at this stage of the season. I think it's much more likely that Ole Gunnar would walk and resign if that was to be the case. I don't think that he would be, or maybe he'd be made to leave, but I don't think that he would be sacked. So there's going to have to be real justification for it. It's going to have to be, we're in 6th or 7th place, we're bottled the FA Cup, we've completely melted in the Champions League round of 16 or something. It's going to have to completely fail this season. You can't judge somebody's performance over a course of a season after just a few games, in all honesty. It's not just a few games, but it is only October 18th today, guys. So there's still plenty of the season to go. Loads of people calling me deluded. Fair enough. You've all entitled your opinion. I don't give a shit, to be honest with you guys. I've got my thoughts and opinions, and you've got yours. I respect them. That's fine. But right now, I don't think it's time to panic and lose our minds, to be honest. In all honesty, I think we've got a little bit more time and chances to turn this around. Now, we will see if he can do that or not. And if he can't do it, fair enough, guys. I'll be joining you. If he's taking this Manchester United side down with these stars in it all the way down, and we're bottle jobbing it, we're not winning anything, then fair enough. But right now, I don't think you can definitively answer that question and say that he's not the man for the job. I mean, we've just ended. The funny thing is, this is what's so funny about the situation. Let me just tell you this. Okay, our home form and some of the games we should have won. Yeah. Can't excuse that. But the funny thing is, this backlash and this outrage for the Manchester United fan base is actually coming on the back of Manchester United losing an away game, which was a record-breaking amount of games that we had avoided defeat on the road in the whole of the Premier League competition since its inception. Manchester United had that record on the road. We lost that in that game against Leicester City. Still, it is the record though, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer broke Arsene Wenger's record with the Invincibles. So we broke that record. So, we're in one respect, yes, you can't argue with the last few performances. But, I mean, in terms of consistency away from home, you've got to praise something. You have to praise some area of what we've done. That's just come to an end, but it was an incredible run away from home. Now let's sort the fucking performances out against the teams that we should actually be able to beat. And I don't think we've got a problem counter-attacking the big teams or teams away from home. I feel we've got big problems when it comes to breaking opposition down, to have any sort of real tactics in the final third to unlock defences. It seems like we're struggling. The other game last time out, we just having long shots from distance, and there wasn't really a lot of style or intent or identity, or even just like team unity, like a know-how, like what are we doing? We're doing it. It was all very, very sporadic, and it was all very, very disjointed. So there's definite problems at me, and I'm not going to say Solskjaer's done amazing the last few games. He's done shite, guys, as have a lot of the players, slabbing to Maguire. Oh my goodness me, what a bloody liability. But Solskjaer chose the guy, and he shouldn't have chose a guy if he's not fully fit or if he's a complete slab. So he did select the guy. Once again, it's Solskjaer down to Solskjaer too. So I'm not saying that Solskjaer's amazing. He's absolutely not done an amazing job so far this season. But he deserves a bit more time based on what he's done over the previous 2 seasons, in my opinion. Now, get your thoughts and opinions in about that, lads and lasses. Let me know what you guys think. This isn't about causing conflict or friction. The fan base is split right now. It's a debate. We're trying to bring everybody together here. We all love the club. We want our club to win. I want us to smash Atalanta, smash Liverpool, all the teams we got coming up next, because I love Man United. If you want us to not win those games so Solskjaer gets the sack, then I feel sorry for you for being a shit fan. I'm sure you want Manchester United to get back winning as well. But also, I'm not, you're entitled to think Ollie out. You're entitled to think Ollie out, but I'm sure you as a United fan want us to win against Atalanta and win against Liverpool. So, anyway, that's beside the point. Let's just get into the live chat. Hang on, we got a new member, guys. What? We got a new member of the channel, guys. Hang on a second. Have I missed something here? Guys, wait. Who has become a new member? Wait. Nathan Best, mate. Welcome to the Baker Brigade, dude. Thank you so much for coming back and becoming a member of the channel. You're absolute legend. Nathan Best, everybody. Let's get a cheeky little soul emoji in there for Nathan Best at the start of this one. Guys, do us a massive favour as well. Smash the thumbs up at the start of this video. Let me give a bunch of shout-outs. Eddie O2, Eamon Barrett, Nikolai Lindquist, J Garth92, ZX Flames, OP Dragon. How are you all doing tonight? Thank you for joining us. Everybody and everybody else, get involved, smash the like, get your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. I'll be very happy to hear from you. So Primot in here comments and says, I'm back in Ollie 100% still, but he's pissing me off almost as much as Shatty Maguire does. Respect to you, my friend. Of course he is. He is having an absolute hot double daymare nightmare, lads and lasses. Solskjaer has really not done well the last few games. You look at the bevy of riches he has at his disposal. You look at the style of play, the lack of quality chances. Yeah, it's unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. But as I say, I think a bad run of games does happen to the best managers ever. And now it's about turning it around and getting the results that everyone thinks that we cannot. It's like everybody's writing us off. in these next few games. Even the Atalanta game, a lot of people were saying we're going to bottle that one. We're going to smash Atalanta because we are United. And we've got great talents in the side, and we can't... Ollie, we're going to have to change. We're going to have to change. We need a bit of change. I'm sure all the coaches and Ollie know that we need a bit of change. We're going to have to adapt. We might even go with a 3 at the back system against Atalanta and, change the formation. I think the formation is a real big problem for Manchester United. Solskjaer trying to sort of put round pegs in square holes yet again, with playing Pogba in the midfield pivot as well. And I just don't like some of the things he's been doing with the formation. Now, the argument is we don't have that proper CDM to play a proper 4-3-3, because if you play Bruno and Pogba in the midfield with Matic or Fred or McTominay or somebody like that as the more defensive player, they're not really up to the task as much as, say, somebody like, if we had a Conte or an Ndidi, maybe we could play that a little bit more. But there's definitely a lot of different things that Solskjaer can do. He doesn't have to stick with this 4-2-3-1 mess and stay with the same tactics as well. We can change it up. We can be more direct. You can press. You can just do things fundamentally differently. You can press higher up the pitch. You can really get in the opposition's faces and close down with intense pressure. Try and get games won in the first half. You can really get at teams and play super attacking direct football, and we have got the players to do it. If you really get in the faces of the opposition and put those balls in relentlessly and make those runs in behind relentlessly, surely we've got the players to score goals against any team. Now, the problem is keeping the opposition from scoring and having that balance, which we're going to have to master. But there's no good reason to not get this Man United side smashing teams up, the way that Liverpool do. There's no good reason not to. So I get the frustration. I get the frustration, guys, and it pisses me off too. Solskjaer's got to change. He has to change. If he doesn't, then it's only a matter of time until, I become oddly out, to be honest with you guys, because in a couple of months, if United are 8th place and we're out the bloody Champions League, what can I, there's no, you can't back a captain who is steering you into a bloody iceberg. But at this moment in time, we've veered off course just a little bit. There is an iceberg on the horizon. Iceberg right ahead. There is an iceberg on the horizon, but we can still veer back on course, is what I'm saying. We're not on we're not on that death course just yet, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Give him just a little bit more time, in my opinion, to Solskjaer, just a little bit more time. He might be able to get the results in the next few games, and turn it around. You've seen actually Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, when his back's been against the wall in the past, he has been able to do it. So, I personally have faith in him. I like what he's done with the squad, who he's brought in, the personnel, who he's got rid of, the blooding of certain youngsters like Mason Greenwood, etc., but making him a star, bringing through players, making them better, players like Luke Shaw. There's lots and lots of good, positive things about Solskjaer's management that he's done at the club. The argument is he the man to take us to the trophies? Well, let me get onto this then, lads and lasses. So I've got some, I wanted to get onto this. So, just so you know, that the current situation at the club with Man United is, it's understood that United are backing him 100% right now. So the Athletic reporting that Solskjaer's job as manager is 100% secure right now. Of course, we did have that terrible defeat against Leicester City. We are bottling it in the league now. If you look at the league table now, we're actually 5 points. 5 points off of first place. We're in 6th place. But 5 points is 5 points. 5 points isn't 15 points. It's still a gap that could be closed if some fixtures go Manchester United's way, which a lot of fans are clearly doubting. And you've got to be rightly doubting them, because our last few performances have been shit and they're not convincing whatsoever. But in games against Liverpool and City and these sorts of teams, form can go out the window to a degree, because it's just become such a passion battle, and it's who's better on the day. So I'm still think we've got a 50-50 chance in those games, guys, but I know a lot of you disagree. Right, okay, so hang on, right. So the Athletic reporting this job's 100% safe. We have a look at Fabrizio Romano, tweeted out yesterday and just said that Manchester United are still backing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They expect the situation to improve in the next weeks. Of course, not happy with last results and team performances, but clubs still protecting the manager. So, of course, Fabrizio giving us an update and sort of just confirming what we thought, really, that, United are not going to rush into sacking this guy. They are unhappy. Of course, they can't be happy with the last few performances and results, just like I'm not, you're not, nobody is. It's shit. You have great players. We spent a lot of money in this summer, guys. Got great players. And you've got Cristiano the Don Ronaldo up top, making him look like he's some sort of, I don't know, Portuguese Nicholas Bentner or something in that fucking game, mate. That's what it was, because he just wasn't, we couldn't get any service to him. To be fair, United and Solskjaer's tactics, whatever you want to say, the whole style of the team, just made Ronaldo look completely ordinary in that game as well, because the team was so bad. The team was so bad. So it must be very frustrating for him. It must be frustrating for a lot of fans out there, because we all want to see him do better. But I think that you are not going to get your wish right now. If you're an Ollie outer, you're not going to get your wish right now. The soonest I could see would be January. I'm going to ask you guys in the live chat, actually, very quickly. Do get involved in the live chat, by the way, guys. I'll try and read as many as I can out. But also, I do want to get some stuff off my chest first, so just bear with me. But, hey, thank you so much, Mikato, for the super chat, mate. But do get your thoughts in that. I just wanted to ask everybody, actually. Okay, I'm going to ask you this. So either the answer is not this season, or it's, summer, or it's never, or the answer is in a month, or 2 months, or 2 weeks. When do you think, what month then? What month do you think Solskjaer would get the sack then? Let's just say we do go on a terrible run. I don't see him getting the sack before the new year, to be honest with you. I don't think they'll do him dirty like that. I think they'll give him a bit of time. They'll respect that they've invested in this project, which has been a few-year project now, so they do demand results, but I think they'll give a little bit of time, because it is a project that they've invested in, just to see it out a little bit. Now, if his seeds that he's planted don't turn into fruits and we just rot away, then I'm sure they're going to have to pull the plug. And I'm sure a lot of United fans, or even people like me, would understand it if we're not progressing in terms of being able to compete for trophies. If we're in this position in 6th place in the league at Christmas and we're many points off first, how can you defend that with the squad that we've got? You can't. But after a few games you can, because it happens to the best of them. You know what I'm saying, guys? But, hey, look. Everybody's going to have different thoughts about this. Hey, Mikado, thank you for the super chat, bud. He says, stay positive. Let's see where we are at Christmas. Get in there, Mikado. I love that attitude, bud. I do like that attitude, Let's see where we are at Christmas. For all you know, and nobody's got a crystal ball, they call me Mystic Pig because I predict these things, but nobody really does know that what's going to happen the next 5 games. Who's to say we don't get maximum points out of the next 5 games and are sat in bloody first place, and other teams around us start bottling it? One thing that pisses me off, you see some other big teams, they have a slip up in a game, they have 2 slips up in a row, and they don't seem to get the same level of backlash that Ollie does and United do. I guess it's just the pressure of the job, and it is the job, hated, adored, never ignored. That is Manchester United for you. And so, the fact that that there's so many eyes on the situation, there's just a massive amount of pressure. Ollie's going to have to do a brilliant job to navigate these next few 5-6 fixtures and still be in a position where a lot of people are happy with him being manager, to be honest. He's going to have to pretty much do an almost faultless job, which is a sad thing to say when you're coming up against such amazing teams. But I agree, Mikato, we need a bit more time to see where we are. We could go on a little run now, or we could go on a complete terrible running nosedive, and that would be the end of it. But it's not happened yet. It's not happened yet, guys. We're 5 points off of first place. We're still in the FA Cup, still in the Champions League, still in all the tournaments that I want to be in. We are also playing shite football, but that can change. I believe it can change. Charlie Anthony, mate, with a £1 super chat as well. How you doing tonight, mate? Thank you so much for getting in here, bud. Eddie O2, I think he's an Ollie outer now, is Eddie O2. Let's see what he says. Eddie O2 says, at least we have UCL level, though Arsenal still shitter. Guys, hang on, let me just double check the score again for the Arsenal game. It's almost finished, mate. Come on, Crystal Palace, Patrick Vieira breaking Arsenal Holland's hearts, guys. Fucking have it. That is sensational, man. I love it. Come on, I hope it finishes like that anyway. Sorry, I know, United, like I said, we've bottled it, right? We can't, you can't laugh at opposition when you yourself are not doing too well. But we're not doing as shite as Arsenal, are we? But it's going to start, if we're not careful with the next one as fixtures, it could get that bad, right? So we got to be careful. We're not in the position to banter right now, sadly. But anyway, Tonk Nash thinks December is the deadline on Ollie. Nathan Best says, like I said, it's all down to results. I would honestly go scrappy the next few games to grind out the wins rather than play kamikaze football and losing. Spot on, Nathan Best. Look at United's strengths and Solskjaer's strengths. I think we've actually been good against the big teams under Solskjaer's reign. The counter-attacking style. Look at our away form. The fact that fixture against Leicester was our first in 30-odd games, however many it was. on the road that we have lost. That was the first one in a long, long time. That shows a lot to Solskjaer and the teams and the coaches' abilities to get this team playing solid, counter-attacking football away from home or against big teams. Solid counter-attacking football gets you results. Might not be pretty, might not be swashbuckling, you might not be in the driving seat, but if you're in the game, you can nick the game. Then I fully agree with that. Scrappy is probably the way to go for Solskjaer right now in these next fixtures. Counter-attack, set up to be the defensive side that soaks up and hits on the counter. We do have the players for it, and that when you're coming up against teams like Liverpool or Manchester City, they are going to be taking the game to you. They're not going to be really sitting back and doing that, to be fair. The emphasis is on them to attack you. So I think that probably is the best way United get the results. And Solskjaer's proven against Pep and some of these other managers over the last couple of seasons that he can do that and he can get results against these guys. So that's a very, very good comment there, Mr. Nathan Best, but I wouldn't expect anything else from the best around. Ronaldo needs play behind Greenwood or Rashford, says Bell6091. Behind Greenwood or Rashford? Well, I personally do like him just at the focal point of the attack because he's just an ultimate finisher. But I don't know. Oh, shit, it's 2-2, is it? Bollocks. Okay, well, that's absolutely gash, guys. That's absolutely gash. Fair enough. Well, okay, fair enough. Well, it's still 2 points dropped for Arsenal there. So hang on. So Arsenal have equalised, guys, just to give you the latest update here. Arsenal, it looks like they've equalised 90 minutes plus 5. Let's take a look at the live chat, see what the updates are coming in thick and fast. Oh, that shit. Vieira celebratory waving his hands around like no man's business, says Team Bromham. And they've just popped up and taken the 3 points off of Crystal Palace at the end of the game, then it seems. So Arsenal, okay, that's a shame. That's a shame, guys, That's a shame, but still a couple of points dropped for them. Anyway, so if we have a look at the table, lads and lasses, we can see that Arsenal, they are down in 14th position. Their form is draw, win, loss, draw, draw. Okay. So, this is what I'm going to talk about next, guys. Why the fuck is Mikel Arteta still Arsenal manager and Solskjaer loses a couple of games, plays shite, and every bastard wants him out the club? I don't really understand it. I'm looking at the odds here, right? Okay. So these are the odds. I don't know if you can see this. I've got the odds here, guys. Or the most favoured managers here. These are the most likely managers to get sacked next in the Premier League. Why the hell is Mikel Arteta 40-1 to be sacked and Solskjaer is 12-1? Solskjaer finished third and then second, and we're 5 points off of first at the moment. We're in the Champions League. He qualified us for the Champions League. We signed Ronaldo, Varane, Sancho in the summer. Great signings. I don't really understand it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't really understand why there's just so much immediate backlash on Solskjaer losing a couple of games. I guess it's because he doesn't really have a massive track record and the style of football with the players we've got is shit the last few games. I guess that's why, but it still seems like it's a little bit extreme. Now, look at this. So he is actually the second most likely manager in the Premier League right now, apparently with the bookies, to be sacked. So, there's no getting away from this, guys. Ollie out, if you're an Ollie inner like me, there's no getting away from this. Ollie out is a thing, and Ollie out is definitely a possibility. At this moment in time, he's the second most favourite manager to be sacked in the Premier League. That is ahead of Mikel Arteta. The only manager to be more likely to be sacked is Steve Bruce right now, and that is based upon, obviously, the new ownership and the fact that he is, let's be honest, a bit of a Poundland manager. I love Steve Bruce. He's a fucking United legend. I love him, but he's a bit of a Poundland manager. Let's be honest now, mate. So he's the only manager that's more likely to be sacked at this moment in time than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I just find that very hard to believe because I look at the amount of money that, say, Mikel Arteta has spent and how a job that he's done. Yes, they did win a trophy, but what do you want? Do you want to win the occasional trophy and just be a mediocre mess in the league and not even ever compete in the Champions League? Or do you want to be up there finishing second and, being in the Champions League and I just don't fucking get it. Zayn Miassi, what's going on there, Zayn Miassi? How you doing with a super chat, bud? Zayn Miassi. Here he is. What is going on, Zayn? How you doing tonight, Zayn Miassi? What is good? Honestly, no, seriously, what's up? He's just got a pear emoji in there. I don't know what are you laughing about, Zayn Miassi? Is that supposed to be a good result? I don't really get it. So, wait a second. It's finished 2-2. Arsenal 2. Crystal Palace 2. I don't really get it, Zane. Why are you putting a pear emoji in here laughing around? Are you, I don't get it. Arsenal are shite, Zane. I don't really get it, but there you go. Thank you very much for the super chat, Zane. Get some love heart emojis in there for the delusion. I love it, Zane. That's a terrible result for Arsenal today. You know, you're still significantly behind us in the league, lad. He's laughing at Arsenal, says Fire. Well, that makes sense. To be fair, that makes sense. But anyway, the reason I was talking about this, it's actually a good time that Zane's come in, because as I was talking about the odds for the managers, you look at that. I just think it's a little bit harsh that there's so much emphasis on Solskjaer out at this moment in time. But anyway, look, that's just my opinion. You guys have all got different opinions. And okay, now let's go on to the next talking point then. Let's say Solskjaer is sacked in the future. Who do you guys want to come in to manage? I'm going to get a little poll on the go, okay? Yeah, let's why not? Why not? Let's have a little poll on the go. Who do you want as United manager? I'm not even going to ask you the next manager. I'm going to put OGS in there as well. So I'm going to put Solskjaer, Conte, because he's one of the favourites, even though he's a complete negative Dracula melt. Zidane is also on the shortlist. And I'll just put other comment. Right, okay, so there you go, guys. That is it. I want you to tell me who should be Manchester United's manager if it's not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I've put Ole Gunnar Solskjaer on there, so have a little vote if you want to support the man, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Anyway, so the odds for Solskjaer, the odds for the next manager. So we've talked about the odds for the manager to get sacked, and obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the second favourite to be sacked behind Steve Bruce, which I find a little bit harsh. But that is the current most popular bets at this moment in time. And then we have a look at the odds for the next manager coming in, right? Zidane is not on this graphic, but Zidane is supposedly the third favourite to come in. I don't know why he's not on this little graphic that I found, but he is one of the favourites as well. But these are the these are the sort of it's just because it's just a general. These are the most popular bets, I should say. Sorry, not the lowest odd bets. That's why it is. Anyway, so Zinedine Zidane is up there. Conte, I think, is one of the favourites. Mauricio Pochettino is, believe it or not, up there leading alongside Antonio Conte to be next Manchester United manager. I mean, what are we doing, guys? Are we serious? I mean, Brendan Rodgers is the most favourite. He's the favourite one. Brendan Rodgers is the favourite to take over at Manchester United. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing, guys? Do you want Brendan Rodgers to be Manchester United manager? Do you? I mean, he is a good coach. He has got good unity at Leicester City. You know what, though? Last few seasons, they haven't got Champions League football. Solskjaer has. You could say Solskjaer's spent the money and had a maybe bit better squad, but did he at the start? Did he in his first full season as manager? I don't think he did, actually. I think Leicester's team was better. I think they still had Vardy in his peak. They had, they got, people like Ndidi in their club, and they're no mugs. They got a good team themselves, but they didn't get the Champions League qualification. But Solskjaer did. So I don't want Brendan Rodgers to be our manager. He's an ex-Liverpool scumbag, melt, for a start. Don't really want him at our club. He's the favourite supposedly at the moment to be. I just find this very confusing. Say no to Brendan Rodgers, says El Professor. I like your style. Graham Potter, says TMW7. Man, taking a huge punt on James Blunt right there, mate. If you ask me, crikey, really? Potter to United? Man, oh man, oh man. Not the right fit for me personally. I respect your opinion there, but he has done a good job with limited means, etc. But crikey, man. Potter at United? What are we doing? No. If there's going to be anybody coming in to replace club legend like Solskjaer, I think it has to be somebody with a serious proven, track record. I mean, I don't like any of the candidates, right? But out of all of them, I'll give you my honest opinion. Out of all of them, it would be Zidane. Because Zidane's fucking Zidane, guys. He's fucking Zidane. And he's won multiple Champions Leagues on the Battle Royale. I don't think he's got great pedigree to manage in the Premier League, actually. I know it sounds a bit silly to say that because he's won fucking multiple Champions League. But it's a different thing going in after you've been a coach there at Real and a player at Real and going in to a team which is got some fantastic players in and getting them to perform in the Real way. I believe it's different to just coming into a struggling United side who are expected to win the league and actually getting us to do that with City and Chelsea and Liverpool and all the other clubs fighting out for it. It's not a two-team league like over in La Liga, or, okay, the Champions League is where the success is at as well. I mean, that is what we want, but there's no guarantees there either that he could just make it all work. It's a different club, a different atmosphere, different vibe. You know, he also could do. You know, I'm not going to dispute that Zidane is not one of the most genius football minds to ever have graced a football pitch. And as a manager, if you look at what he's done in his limited, you know, managerial career, it's absolutely amazing. So I'm not saying that he couldn't do it. I think that out of all the candidates, the one that I would most like to see succeed Solskjaer, if Solskjaer at some point was to be sacked, which I'm saying I don't want to happen right now, by the way. But if that was to happen, then I guess it would be Zidane. But don't really want Zidane. I'm going to be totally honest with you, I don't really want Zidane, guys. I'd rather somebody else who just isn't available right now. You know, that's the reality of the situation. So, yeah, Zidane's probably the best of the bad bunch. Conte is a good manager. Conte is going to get you playing. You know, you'll probably play your free at the back, won't you? You have Luke Shaw along with Slabbington and Varane at the back, with Telles on the left, Dallow on the right, Wan-Bissaka on the right or something, and you'll play like that. Which, you know, we'll probably will get results. We might. It's not going to be the United way. It's not going to be, you know, swashbuckling style of football, I don't think. I just don't like it. I'm not into it, guys. I don't feel like Antonio Conte is the right fit for Manchester United. I feel like he's, you know, we tried similar sorts of things with a Jose Mourinho style manager, big name, proven track record, defensive style, and it just doesn't really fit us. I don't think it really suits Manchester United's traditions and history or anything. The fan base doesn't want it. So I would like to see us. Well, firstly, I'd just like to see us be a bit more patient and just see how Solskjaer does over the next couple of months. That's firstly what I'd like to do. But, you know, I'm almost sick of talking about it, guys. I really am. And it's hard because 75% of people disagree with me. You know, I'm fighting the corner of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a little bit here. And when you put in performances like the other day against Leicester and the few before it, you know, you start feeling like a bit of a tit because, you know, but I still have faith that he can turn it around. I still have faith that he can turn it around, rightly or wrongly. And I've been, you know, I've been wrong before about things. You know, I've given managers time before. I've also said, get Jose out, get Louis out, get Moisey out at a point. But I'm not there yet, guys. I'm not at that point yet. And respect to you if you are, but I'm not. I think he still could turn it around and get us some wins. Hey, what's going on there, Fat Chinese Gaming? He says Phil Jones is available, Piggy. Oh my goodness me. Imagine Phil Jones just hangs up his boots because he can't get a game and he's injured all the time. Becomes an absolute awesome manager. You know how they say about sometimes great players don't make great managers? And it turns out quite a lot of the time, kind of bang average players make good managers. Maybe Phil Jones is going to be the next Sir Alex Ferguson. I like it. I like his style. Hey, Rushmano, thank you so much. He says 58 likes on the stream. By the way, guys, thank you everyone who's here. Do us a big favour. Smash that like on the vid. It's free to do so. Show your support by hitting that thumbs up. Tickle that algorithm for me, baby. Give it a cheeky little thumbs up. Also, that sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? Also, if you're new, subscribe. Get involved in the live chat. You only need to be subscribed for 1 minute to comment and get involved with your thoughts and opinions. We will be having a big Q&A at the end as well. And also, just ducking in and out of the chat throughout to get your thoughts on some of the individual topics. Philip Tybee with a good point here. He says, mate, Mourinho won you 3 trophies. What has the rubbish United way under Ollie won? Very good comment. Very good comment. Yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. The first season under Mourinho was amazing, man. He did a brilliant job. He's always going to be that short-term manager for you. I would say the difference is that we are trying to build something, build towards a dynasty, create a dynasty or dynasty, which way you want to freaking pronounce it, right? Whereas Mourinho's a short-term fix, try and get a little bit of success in the short term. Same with Louis, sort of steady the ship there and try and, you know, get some sort of stability back to the club. Didn't really work. I just think that there's differences between the two coaches. I think Jose did brilliant at the start, and then it just absolutely nosedived. He fell out with players. The dressing room was split into 2 factions under Jose, and he was constantly rubbing up players the wrong way. He was saying stuff in the media as well about the Glazer ownership and, of course, or them lacking to back him in the summer, of course, which I agree with. But he was just, you know, he was causing too much friction. The team weren't playing well. There was a division in the dressing room. And I just don't think that Jose was the right fit to begin with, to be honest, for the style and the ethics and the history and traditions of United. United way, attacking football, blood in youngsters, bringing youth players through. It's not a Jose Mourinho thing, so I don't ever think it was truly the right thing to do. But you can't deny he did win trophies, mate. And that is, whatever which way you look at it, since Fergie's gone, he's the most successful guy that we've had in here. Problem is, it went from that high and completely slid down. Yes, we did finish second in the league second season, and the third season was gash. Now, it's in a similar situation now, timing-wise, I suppose. So I can see where you're saying, well, Jose got the boot, so why would you not give Solskjaer the boot? For me, it's two fundamental differences. You look at the squad where it was when Jose was here. Alexis Sanchez had signed for 500k. He was fucking Jank City. And we were just awful, even though we spent a lot of money, and we are awful right now, even though we spent a lot of money. But on the face of it, the team and the squad, it's night and day. The sad thing is that right now we actually do have the squad that's capable of challenging for the title. Then and that's the team that Jose had built, by the way. So some of you going, oh, well, Solskjaer's even more emphasis on him to do the business. Jose also spent a huge amount of money and had nearly 3 years to mould and develop and build that squad. And what he built in the end actually took us backwards. So that's why I think it's different. The difference with Solskjaer here is, even if Solskjaer left tomorrow and somebody else came in, they've got an amazing squad, an amazing team to deal with. So I can only praise Solskjaer on his development of the squad up until this season. I was pretty confident going into this season, right? Start of the season well, and then it's just gone to shite over the last few games really badly. Really, really badly. But before that, we finished second last year in the season, and we're on a progression scale, right? Third the season before, final of the Europa League. We did lose on pens, but we're progressing. So it's different. Under Jose, we were going backwards. Under Ollie, we were progressing up until a few games ago. Right? I think that's fair to say. Up until a few games ago. I think we were all pretty happy when Ronaldo's coming in, bagged those goals against Newcastle United, and, we're all feeling positive at the start of the season. Now, we've had a few bad games. Can't dispute that. But that's all it is. That's all it is, in my opinion, man. Right, anyway, Zayn Miassi gets in here with an $8.99 super sticker of some sort of superhero pear emoji, mate. Hey, thank you so much, Zayn Miassi, for that. What's that all about? What's that all about, Zayn Miassi? I don't get it. Super Arteta? I don't get it. Anyway, thank you so much, Zayn Miassi. Let's get a cheeky little love heart in the live chat for Zayn. Appreciate you, dude. And, yeah, man, what's your thoughts, though, Zayn? Can we just get one comment for it? Doesn't have to be a super chat. Just put a normal comment in with your thoughts on Arsenal's display tonight and your thoughts on Arteta. Because all I see is you sort of laughing at Manchester United, but you're not owning up to your own frailties. Right now, I'd see it, Zayn. Big God Bob with a £2 super chat here. He says, players throwing Ollie under the bus like Mourinho. Well, it's funny you should say that because, we have some information here to say that Manchester United are not doubting Solskjaer at the moment. They're supporting him. The mood among the players and the training is not divided. This is from Andy Mitten, just giving us some info. How can we know that? Definitely some of the players will be frustrated. You look at people like Donny van der Beek. I'm sure he's pretty frustrated under Ollie and doesn't really want Ollie there, maybe. And, it's only going to take another few games of the lack of service for Cristiano Ronaldo to know that something ain't right. Because, you've got to get the ball to Cristiano and the rest will take care of itself, in my opinion. We haven't been doing that. So there will be a little bit of unrest. There will be frustration from some of the players in the team, definitely. How can you not be? I look at Jadon Sancho as well. If I was Jadon, I'd be pretty frustrated. You come into a team after you've been bought for big money, hoping to hit the ground running. And what happens? You played out a position in a team that's struggling, and then people are blaming you and saying you're a shit player, when in all actuality, it's pretty difficult to impact a game like that. We've just come into a new team and new culture and everything, and the team is struggling around you, and you're not even playing in your favoured position that like the back of your hand. So I do feel for Jadon. I feel for some of the players will be frustrated at the moment, no doubt about it. But there's no need to panic right now after a couple of games. Christ! This is what it's about, guys. Coming back, dealing with adversity. United, rising like a phoenix from the ashes, man. Coming back against all odds and being the ultimate comeback kings. This is what United do. Historically, it's happened loads, man. We always start the season shite, come back strong. Let's just give them a little bit more time, is what I'm saying. Anyway, look, I know 75% of you out there don't agree with you. You just think I'm talking shite. Fair enough. But anyway, I don't even want to talk about it, but let's just get into the rest of the news here, guys. So, no, wait. Let's get into the live chat, guys. Let's get into the live chat. It's just so much debate, man. It's exhausting. Anyway, Bell6891, thank you very much for a £2 super chat, dude. He says, don't like Conte, but that's the type of manager we need, says Bell6891. Oh, is it? I mean, Dracula-esque sort of manager you're after then, Bell6891. I mean, what do you mean? Like a proven sort of grinder, winner, tactic, very good tactically, solid defensively, will certainly have a style and an identity about us. It just won't necessarily be the one that I want. But fair enough. I mean, look, you can't deny that he's a very, very good manager. I just don't like his fit or, the sort of style that he's got for the club. I mean, just as you mentioned that, Bell, I'll go into the poll that I put up there, which is over 131 votes. Already have a cheeky little vote on it if you haven't. At the moment, only 21% of the fan base want Solskjaer to be the manager still. 12% want Conte. An overriding 49% of the fan base at this moment in time, in this live chat anyway, thinks that Zinedine Zidane would do a better job than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and Conte at United would be a better fit, and 18% say other. So, wow, I mean, I'm a little bit surprised by that, to be fair. People really don't have a lot of faith in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer anymore in terms of the United fan base, it seems, because 50% of our fan base want Zinedine Zidane. Wow. Okay, well, I think that's what the poll's there for, to see what the fan base is thinking, guys. So get your votes in, Do us a favour, there's 100 of you legends watching right now. Smash the thumbs up button on the video if you haven't done so. Leave a cheeky little like on the vid. Let's see if we can get this to 100 likes. And also, smash the subscribe if you're new and get involved. Also, give it a share on social media if you're that way inclined. Right, thank you, Bo691. I respect that. Well, yeah, I mean, his CV speaks for itself, really. And if you are, this is what I've said, I don't think Potter or Eddie Howe or any of those sorts of managers would be right for this club. It's a huge club. I think the CV speaks for itself. And if you are going to go for somebody else other than Solskjaer, it needs to be somebody with a serious proven track record. That's why at the time, Jose Mourinho made quite a lot of sense, because, you're getting somebody with a proven winner's track record, and it actually paid dividends within the first year alone. It's just that it's always a short-term fix. You know what you get with Jose. You get instant results and an instant, different and change of approach, but you also get usually ending in tears. That's usually what happens, in fact, and he doesn't leave you in a good position when he does it either. That's generally what happens, but there you go. Yeah, Jonathan Gallagher says, F Conte defensive wanker. Well, a little bit harsh, but I see what you did there. Vincent Bullock, how are you doing tonight? He says, Pig, if the club sack Ollie, do it after Christmas. The man's got a family to feed. I believe no one should be fired from the job around Christmas time. I mean, okay, Vincent Bullock, but the difference between me getting sacked or you getting sacked and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer getting sacked before Christmas is he gets a £15 million handshake to get sacked to take home to Christmas. And everybody knows Mrs. Solskjaer loves cash, because everyone does. So I don't think it would be a lonely, cold Christmas in the Solskjaer household if he was to get sacked right now, because, it comes with a big golden handshake. So it's not like me or you getting sacked, Vinny. But no, I don't want to see. I think he won't get sacked until January anyway. And that's if he does have a terrible ordeal over the next couple of months. Charlie Anthony with a £2 super chat. He says, time for Phil Jones as manager, Pig. Absolutely, Charlie Anthony, the gurning maestro. Well, to be fair, he could just sit in the dugout and gurn at the opposition players as they go past him on the wing. Probably put them off a good one, to be fair. It's actually not a bad idea. But no, in all seriousness, Phil Jones, I don't see that happening, to be fair. I don't see that happening. But like I say, sometimes shit players make great managers, and sometimes great players make shit managers. Hey, Rushmano says, Arsenal have 11 points after 8 matches in the Premier League this season. Their worst total at this stage of the season since 2014-15. Alexander Lacazette has made 0 starts so far. Wow, Rushmano, thank you so much for the statistics, my friend. I mean, that is absolute damning on Arsenal. Pretty awful. I mean, look, we can't really laugh too much, Arsenal, but we can really. Can we just get some little emojis or something in the live chat for Arsenal? Because we are a much better team than Arsenal, sorry to say. Anyway, hang on. Let's get back into the live chat. We've got another super chat here, by the way, from Rushmano, this one is. Thank you, Rushmano. He says, where's it gone? Rushmano comments and he says, just for Zane, Arsenal have 11 points. Arsenal have 11 points after 8 matches in the Premier League this season. Their worst total at this stage of the season since 2014-15. Did I just read that one? I did, didn't I? Thank you so much for that, Matty Rushmano, you absolute bloody legend. It was so nice, I had to read it twice, because those are some pretty damning statistics there as well. Arsenal FC, you may rest in peace, says Vincent Bullock. Still, though, there's levels to this game. Let's just look at the league table here for a second. So we're 5 points off of first at the moment, which is a nightmare, to be honest, already. It is disappointing. There's only 8 games played, though. There's still 30 left, guys. Arsenal, on the other hand, they're already 8 points behind. I mean, I suppose this argument doesn't sound that good, though, when they're only 3 points behind us, to be fair. And they drew today. If they'd have won today, they'd have been only 1 point behind us. So, yeah, I'm just going to stop speaking for the time being, actually. We need to do better, man. We need to do better. You know, after the start that Arsenal had of the season, how much of a debacle it was, to be only 3 points ahead of them when we've got a 6+6 goal difference, and Arsenal have a -5 goal difference as well, etc. I'd say that does not show United in a good light. So we've got to do better, guys. Problem with United is the fixtures we have coming up are horrendous. Horrendous fixtures. Right, so there's the odds, guys, for the next Manchester United manager. Brendan Rodgers leading the chase at the moment. Pochettino and Zidane and Conte, all very favoured to potentially, potentially take over as well. So we'll I don't like any of them. I'm going to be totally honest. I just don't like any of them. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on who you think would be best. At the moment, it seems like Zinedine Zidane is the one. Right, so let's get into some more information. So it seems like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is being backed. It's also reported by Rob Dawson of the ESPN that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is said to have been furious after the second half performance against Leicester City and kept his players in the dressing room for 45 minutes after the final whistle before emerging to fulfill his media commitments. So very much not happy with the display, giving him a bit of the Norwegian hairdryer treatment. I just hope we get the reaction that we need, guys, because I know what this fan base will be like if we lose to Liverpool. And, well, or Atalanta, but Liverpool, let's talk about the Liverpool game. Should it already be riding on winning or losing a game against Liverpool for him, though? I mean, I think you've still got to give him the next 4 or 5, 6 games in the league to try and turn it around, even if you lose that Liverpool game, surely. Because that's a tough game, man. We should be capable of winning it. And, and it depends on the manner of the game. If it's a tight game and they just nick it, then, it's more about the performance for me at this stage. If we get battered 5-0, torn apart, there's no fluidity from the side, it's completely disjointed, it's a mess, then okay, I can understand some of the backlash for it. But, it shouldn't be as clear-cut as, if you lose, that's it, I want him Ollie out. It shouldn't just be as clear-cut as that. It should be also, there's a lot of variables. Anyway, right, guys. So, United are happy with the manager at the moment. This is via Fab. The board are disappointed, but they expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to change the situation. The next games are key. It's 100% with Ole. So this is via Fabrizio Romano via his Twitch channel. Andy Mitten said that MUFC are not doubting Solskjaer. They're supporting him. The mood among the players in training is not divided. And also Fabrizio gave us an update in regards to Conte and Zidane. He just said, as of today, there is no contact between Manchester United and Zinedine Zidane or Antonio Conte. However, neither manager will turn down the job if they are offered it. So, Conte and Zidane are in line for the job. Those are the most likely candidates. I can't see us giving it to somebody like Brendan Rodgers, even though he is a good coach, because just of some of the prior history there and stuff. I just don't think it's the right thing for the fan base right now. Whereas, if it happens in January and Solskjaer is departing Man United, then, one of these guys is probably going to be the one. That's probably the situation, guys. So there you go. Now, Antonio Conte, let's have a look at this. So Antonio Conte to Man United gaining pace as Glazers face Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's decision. This is on the Express this evening. Just reporting that United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer come under a lot of criticism, and few outlets in Italy reporting that that Conte is in line, for the Manchester United job, and of course his 3-4-3 style of football took the Premier League by storm when he managed Chelsea in 2017. Yada 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 yada. Eden Hazard, Diego Costa, all that time, blah 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 blah. Winning the Italian Serie A title with Italy and Inter Milan in Italy last season. He's obviously a very, very good coach. Come on. He's obviously a very, very good coach, guys. You can't deny it. But not sure if he's the right fit for Manchester United. Anyway, right. Okay, let's get on. Everybody's got their opinions, though, and I like it. So I agree with Jamie Carragher. For once, mate, I agree with Jamie. He's been keeping the saliva in his fucking mouth long enough to have a good opinion for a change. Anyway, he said, as soon as Ronaldo comes in, Pogba has to play centre midfield to fit all the players in. Manchester United's tactical problems are down to the signing of a Portuguese superstar, says Carragher. Insists Solskjaer can't play 5 attacking players. I mean, he's kind of right. The thing is, Solskjaer had to get Ronaldo. Ronaldo couldn't have gone to City. We had to go and get Ronaldo when we did, which meant that his midfielder money was taken up by signing Ronaldo. It shouldn't be the way. Blame the fucking Glazers, but it was the way. The Glazers should have just gone, well, we've made profit now. Let's go and sign a midfielder as well and actually win the fucking league, boys. That's what we should have done. But because we signed Ronaldo at the, when we did, it just meant that the money was used up. We weren't prepared to go and spend extra money and extra wages as well on another midfielder when we should have done. So in that respect, Carragher's right. We definitely have been trying to fit around the players that we've got up there. We have amazing players, and we're trying to play this formation which has, these two midfielders in, and they're not really suitable up to the task of what we need. We don't have the personnel, the players for that system, that formation in the middle. And so, we would have probably been better off. I said this at the time during the window, even when we signed Ronaldo, we'd have probably have been better off just signing a proper top midfielder instead, because we still had Cavani, and you still got attacking players like Greenwood and Rashford and Martial and all these guys up there could provide goals. Problem for us is really going to be stopping the opposition scoring and also controlling games in midfield, controlling the midfield. That's the problem. We've got nobody in midfield who's really good at defending. We've got, Matic is probably the best of the bunch. Fred's good at defending, but then he's let down with his passing ability, some of the other problems that he brings you by giving the ball away too often, etc. McTominay, jack of all trades, master and none again. Pogba, great creatively, wicked pass master, but doesn't turn up half the time. And also, if you play him in that midfield, he can't defend. So, we would have been a better team, as ridiculous it is. And we've got Ronaldo. I'm happy we've got Ronaldo. I love Ronaldo. I wouldn't change it for the world, because Ronaldo's Ronaldo. I wouldn't change it. We still, in January, could get that midfielder that we need. But in all rationality, the problem for us is that we didn't get the midfielder in the summer, guys. And Solskjaer being too damn rigid with his system and tactics to change. That is it as well. You can't just say, we didn't get a midfielder. I mean, look at the squad. We still got an amazing team. Stick me in the centre of the park with those guys with the right system. We should still be able to do all right. It's amazing players we've got around, So, I don't, I'm just playing devil's advocate to a degree here. But, United are definitely not playing to our strengths right now. We're trying to force a situation there with players in positions that are not suited to them, unfortunately. And Solskjaer shouldn't be playing Pogba in that midfield pivot. We've seen that time and time again. I don't like it. You know what? I don't even know where Pogba's best position is anymore. I don't even know where it is. He doesn't get in the team anymore in his best position. On the left, he doesn't get in on the left. He doesn't get in the CAM role. If we're playing a 4-2-3-1, he doesn't get in the team. So he shouldn't, as ridiculous as that sounds, it's trying to force him in there again in the midfield too. Right, okay, on to the next bit of info we've got, guys. So the Manchester United board believe they have the team to compete to win the Premier League and are expecting better results. It's up to Solskjaer to change this situation via Fabrizio Romano once again. So, Solskjaer's got to get the results with this squad. We do have a good enough squad. We might be missing a midfielder. Big whoop. Lots of teams missing lots of players. We've got to perform better with the players that we've got. So, also it's understood that the Manchester United board were disappointed with what they saw against Leicester and expect something different in the Champions League against Atalanta. Of course they bloody are. Few games on the bounce, playing absolute dross football. First game back from international break and we play like that. It's a kick in the bollocks, guys. The Love Spuds have taken a massive bruising after that game for everybody involved. So, yeah, nobody's happy about this, guys. It just has to, we have to turn it around. So also Samuel Luckhurst from the MEN reporting that Solskjaer is privately unhappy that Manchester United failed to sign a midfielder in the transfer window. He wanted to recruit a midfielder in the summer, but combination of factors prevented United from bolstering the area. This is via Samuel Luckhurst from the MEN, as reported by my man, transfers_UTD on Twitter. So Solskjaer privately unhappy with Manchester United failed to sign a midfielder in the window. So yeah, I mean, the thing is, though, when Cristiano Ronaldo becomes available, you have to move on him. And his wages do demand a huge amount of money. So you can't just look at the 12 million or whatever it was we paid initially. There's also a lot of extra costs that that are involved with that. But then again, that's all offset by some of the shirt sales we got back, plus also the massive increase in the stock that happened because of the acquisition of Ronaldo. So we still should have signed that midfielder. That is a big problem. Hashtag Glazers out. Hashtag green and gold until the club is sold, lads and lasses. Anyway, Manchester United also did not receive a single serious offer for Paul Pogba in the summer, so were unable to justify the expense of a marquee midfield signing when the department was already teeming. This is from Samuel Luckhurst from the MEN again. I mean, you know, I wouldn't say it was teaming. The problem is, you know, you have to get rid of personnel to get new ones in. And if there's no offers for your players who are all on too much money, then I guess it's just difficult to get players out and get players in. So to a degree, yeah. Okay, so, you know, United was looking to get a new midfielder in the last weeks of the transfer window, but then the opportunity of Cristiano Ronaldo was on offer. They took that opportunity. This is Fabrizio Romano via Twitch again. Yeah, of course you've got to take your opportunity when Ronaldo becomes available, especially if he's on the horizon for joining your bitter rivals, your bitter City rivals. You can't have that, so we had to move on Ronaldo. I do get that. Okay, and also one other thing that Fabrizio Romano said on his Twitch channel today was that Youri Tielemans could be one of the names we talk about next summer. He obviously scored that goal against us. We should have bought him in the fucking summer, or somebody like him. Somebody like him. At the moment, he has not signed a new contract. So, you know, we should be in... The reason I'm talking about this the last few minutes about the midfield and the Ronaldo situation is because we should be in the market, in my humble opinion, for a January signing of a CDM. We need to get, or a central midfielder, somebody who's good at all of the aspects that we need. If Solskjaer wants to play this 4-2-3-1, we need somebody who can do the defensive work, who's got a good pass, an eye for a pass, has that vision, has that comfort on the ball, can control the game, isn't a panic merchant like Fred, or an erratic player who gives it away like McTominay, or, you know, we need somebody who's just a cool customer in the midfield. Tielemans, in my opinion, would be a good signing. There's other players, of course, Ruben Neves. We've talked about Wilfred Ndidi. We've talked about various different players, guys. You know, we just need to sign one of them, and that will help us. Now, I'm not saying that's the problem why we're losing games. No. You misunderstood. You misunderstood me. Solskjaer needs to get this team playing better. The players need to get themselves playing better. Solskjaer's selections need to be better. He shouldn't be playing a half-fit Slabby Maguire. A fully fit Slabby Maguire is not good enough, in my opinion. Never mind a half-fit one. So, you know, these decisions do ultimately lie to Solskjaer. He's just going to have to turn it around if he's going to keep his job. Right then, lads and lasses. So I'm going to get into the comment section. Now, thank you to everybody who's been in here and listened to me waffling on and on and on and on. I know most of you have a different opinion to me, so I really appreciate you hearing me out. I'm going to hear you out now. We're going to have a Q&A, baby. So get your thoughts and opinions in the live chat. Let me know your thoughts. I want to hear from you, even if you totally disagree with me, think what I've been talking the last hour is complete cod. Fine. Let me know. This is what this channel's about, guys. We're going to talk about Manchester United, the club that we love. Ultimately, I'd like to think we all want the same thing, which is Man United to be back up there, challenging, winning things. We were on the right track. We veered off the track. We need to get back on the right track. If we don't get back on the right track, we're going to crash. And Solskjaer's going to crash and burn. But if we do get back on the right track, we could get back on the right track. Right, so let's talk about it. Thank you very much, everybody, for getting in here. Hit that like, hit the subscribe if you want to get involved in the chat as well. So Rushminer with another £5 super chat, man. Thank you so much, bud. He says, for the chat... So a new manager comes in, he wants his own players. Glazers will say another 3 years process. You happy with that? Because I'm not. Yeah, that's it. It's in a way, we're scapegoating on again, Solskjaer, scapegoating the manager again. Because you're right. All it does is undo all of the Glazers' gastronomics and all of the bad things that the Glazers have done in terms of mismanagement over the last few years, and the fact that they could have easily just signed a CDM in the summer and given us what we needed and didn't, and some of the other things they've done previously, like last summer transfer window being an absolute pitiful mess, etc. You know, and it would just buy time for them. You know, you know, if we got Antonio Conte in or Zidane in, they'd have to win the league straight away. Otherwise, the fan base is going to be back on their back straight away again. You know, if they have a few games in a row that doesn't work out, the fan base will be bang on Zidane or bang on Conte or bang on whoever, wanting them out again. That's kind of how it works. So, you know, in my opinion, we are, you know, what's that old expression? Sometimes you're better off with the enemy that you know than the enemy that you don't. You know, and I'm not saying Solskjaer's an enemy. I'm just saying, like, you know, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. And sometimes these guys come in and they actually go against the philosophy of the club as well. Like, you look at the players we had at the football club when Jose left, you know, a lot of them, bunch of prima donna meltbacks, some big names, you know, Alexis Sanchez on $500,000 a week, undermines the rest of the squad, nightmare, you know. It was really not exactly a good position to leave the club in for the next guy coming in. And the next guy has to get rid of players, he's got to sign players, it's all a big turnaround, it takes a lot of time. And unless the only difference is with the situation we have a new manager coming in is I believe that we're only literally one player away, or maybe two players if you take out that big human slab of a Maguire player, man. Because I don't think he's capable of being our centre-back, let alone our captain. But maybe two players away then from having the squad capable for any manager to come in and have all the tools required to do the job. So, I get your point, Rushmano, I do, and I agree, to be fair, because if we just sacked Ollie, it just gives them, and it gives their ability to hang on to top three or whatever the fuck they just want to keep that Champions League money coming in, gives them the ability to do that. I don't want that. So, yeah, fair enough. I'm happy to give Solskjaer a bit longer anyway. Donny is gone. Looks like it, Jay Subi. I mean, that's another thing you have to say Solskjaer's had a nightmare with. Donny could have been a good player for Manchester United. We don't know what's gone on behind the scenes with training, etc. But Donny could have been a good player for us. He's not been given the chances. Instead, he's given those chances to players like Fred and McTominay. And we know they've not done very well with those chances. So in the end, Solskjaer's got a bit of egg on his face there. If they sold all the shite, they could have got a midfielder that says kick-ass. Precisely, yeah. They were asking for a bit much money for Jay Lings. Jay Lings, good player. You should ask for a bit of money for him, to be fair, because he's decent for most sides. He's got value to him. He's homegrown. He's 28. He's a good player. But you could have sold him for 20 mil. You could have bought in a midfielder. You don't have to keep hold of all the crap players that you've got in your squad for no reason whatsoever. Shamir Qureshi says, Pig, it wasn't even the Glazers or Woodwards, for fuck's sake. The recruitment department put that French wonder kid above Sal on their list. So, yeah, well, Camavinga was on a lot of people's list. I mean, I don't get why we didn't go in there for Sal. You're right. That actually, you're actually right in terms of, like, not having the cojones or the ability to make a deal happen. That was a big, bad loss for United to allow Sal to go to Chelsea on loan for just a few million up front with no real risk for them. That's exactly the sort of signing United could have done within the short term, and the no good excuse not to make that sort of signing, even if you just bought Ronaldo. So really good point you just made, to be fair, Shamir. Lewis Sturridge, hello, says guaranteed Donny van de Beek leaves and becomes one of the best midfielders in Europe again. 100%. Well, man, I mean, I think he's got a lot of abilities. I'm frustrated for the lad. I am. I love Solskjaer. I think he's done overall some good stuff with the development of the squad and where he's bought the players. Bought certain players in certain positions to really strengthen us. But I must admit, the signing of Donny van de Beek and his treatment of Donny van de Beek is an absolute debacle. It's really bad, guys. I mean, the Henderson thing pisses me off in the sense that we've got a perfectly good keeper there that's just sort of sat there. I saw Peter Schmeichel, wasn't it, talking about it earlier, blasting Solskjaer a little bit, saying, you as a keeper, you want to know you're number one. You don't want somebody else challenging for your position like that. But I think this season it's a COVID year. If De Gea gets taken out with 10 days with COVID, you want another good keeper in there. So it's a bit different this year, actually. But I thought that was bad, the fact that we're just letting Henderson, effectively rot away, really, when he could be out there playing for somebody else. But wow, the Donny van de Beek situation is terrible. You must say, whenever we've seen him, that 45 minutes he had against, was it Young Boys? Or I can't remember who now. He was probably one of the best players on the pitch, and yet he got ripped off at half time, and then you haven't seen him since. It's shocking stuff. It's shocking stuff from Solskjaer there, to be fair. It is not good stuff. Because you can't justify it when you're selecting Fred and McTominay, they don't play well. You can say fair enough if they do, but thank you so much for that super chat there, Rushmano. You're a legend. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the live channel. Let me just get rid of this poll now real quick, because it's doing my head in. It's taking up half the bloody chat. Let me get rid of this poll. So you've all had a vote. Have a quick vote on the poll if you haven't done, actually. 3 likes away from 100 likes, everyone. Smash that like on the video. Thank you, everyone, for getting in here. We've done it, baby. Nearly done it. Anyway, hit the thumbs up. Get your thoughts in. So who do you want as United manager? 53% say Zinedine Zidane. Only 19% say Conte. Sorry, Solskjaer. 13% say Conte. 15% say other. Wow. YTFC's in here. Do you think there is something personal between Donny and Ollie? Maybe. I think maybe there's just an attitude thing there. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe Donny is the shittest trainer you've ever seen in your life. He turns up, he's eating his Stroopwafels, he's looking slovenly, he's smoking on a big doob. He's Dutch after all. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. Maybe he's a really laid-back trainer. And Ollie doesn't want that. Ollie wants somebody like Fred, who's like a proper energetic Duracell bunny out there for the whole time. Maybe that's what Solskjaer wants. I mean, I get that. If you want a reward mentality, as well. But same time, you know, if you're playing shite, it doesn't matter how much effort you put in. If you're not good enough, you ain't good enough. And at the same time, if you don't put in the effort in training, but you turn up and you're a beast, then you should play. I can't remember. I think it was it Ben Foster or somebody was talking about Carlos Tevez and how Carlos Tevez was the shittest trainer you ever know. Like, he was just lazy as fuck, just not interested, just jogging around, always last, you know, can't be asked, not bothered about training whatsoever, yeah? But on game day, he's got his game face on and he is giving it 110% and he is going for it. That's the sort of player that I like. You don't have to be 100% in training if you're 100% on match day. That's what matters to me. But maybe it's not what matters to Ollie. Rush Mana with a £10 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat, bud. He says it's a really complicated situation. Ollie helps the Glazers, but he helps the fans also. We have a chance to keep the pressure on these owners to back Ollie. A new manager. Sorry, wait, where did that go? A new manager. The cycle starts again. Love your comment there, Rush Mana. Thank you so much for the £10 super chat. Can we get some love hearts in there for Rushy? Yeah, it's a gas situation, mate. It's very complex. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I get everybody wants Ollie out. You know, if we get Conte and he has a few shit games, you'll probably want Ollie out. You'll probably want Conte out as well. Zidane is favourite in the poll. Yes, he is. Paul Clayton 7. How you doing there, sir? Yeah, Zidane. I mean, he's my favourite out of all the ones that we've got available. He's the one I would choose too. Not because I actually want him or think he's the right man for the job, just because he's the best of a bad bunch of people that don't fit United. You know, that's really how I see it. So, you know, United Way, how you doing there, boss? How you doing there? Great to see you, mate. Great to see you there. Don't spam Vincent Bullock, mate. Don't spam, you're spamming it up, mate. Aaron Walker says, I want a manager who is going to stay for a while. Can't see Zidane or Conte doing that. I like Ten Hag for a long-term project, says Aaron Walker. Big God Bob says, these fan channels have a big sway on the fans. They're all on Ollie out. We scammed last season. I'm not Ollie out, but on reflection, we scammed last season. Second, City were miles ahead. Chelsea only played half a season and nearly caught us. And Liverpool had a huge injury crisis and still top 4. Well, okay, Raphael Varane, you're right. I mean, we were a little bit fortunate in the sense that Liverpool had that injury problem. But you know what you're saying? They just one player down and all of a sudden they turn to shit. Rush Mano, thank you so much for the 108 likes. We've got 108 likes on the stream, guys. That's awesome. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes, so have your say. United Prodigy, it's probably only a matter of time before Newcastle get their acts together and pushes MU out of top 4. Then maybe, just maybe, the Glazers might sell if they cannot get into Champions League, says United Prodigy. I don't think the Glazers are going to sell anytime soon, mate, unless somebody comes along with a ridiculous offer where they stand to make a huge amount of money, £5-6 billion in the back burner, then yes, they would sell. But I just don't think they're going anywhere because they're milking this club for everything it's worth. Look at what they just did, guys. Selling some stocks for £70-odd million, which has been boosted because of the dealings that they've done in the summer. Not reinvesting that back into the club, just literally taking out. That's the sort of owners that we have. So as long as this is still a massively profitable entity for them, they will want to own it. And until the day comes when somebody puts in an offer that they can't refuse, you know, then that's it. But which I think they'd sell it tomorrow if the offer came in. They don't care about this club. You know, if me or you owned it, we wouldn't sell it tomorrow if we didn't have to because we love the club. But, you know, if the right offer came in tomorrow, they would sell it because they don't love the club. They're just businessmen. Aaron Walker says, agree, leeches. Reaper says, dude, are you on FIFA tonight? Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably am. Hey, Ellie, how you doing there? She says, hey, great to see you there, Ellie. Hope you're having a good one. Thank you very, very much for joining us tonight on a legendary mods. Hope you're having a good one, Ellie. Paul Clayton says, Javier, I would rather have Harry Potter. Expelliarmus! They won't get players if we're not in the Champions League, though, says United Prodigy. Okay, fair enough, but why won't we be in the Champions League? We've been in the Champions League last couple of seasons. Okay, I see what you said. We bottled that out into the Europa last couple of times. But, you know, we still are technically, you know, in a position right now. We're 6th at the moment in the league, but we're only 5 points off of first place. Technically, it's not like we're out of a run for a Champions League. We're not out of the title chase yet. A lot of people are making out we are. If we win a couple of the next few really tough games, we will still be in the title race, guys. It's just that we have to do that now. If you lose the next 3 or 4, we're really not in the title race. But if you manage to get a couple of upsets and get some results, we could still be in it. Peter Coveney, if a fan owned United, we would be winning everything still, says Peter Coveney. Quite possible. Yeah, that's it. It's all about passion, isn't it? And love. And if we had the right owners who, no, not even necessarily a fan, but just an owner that really, really wants to use it as, you know, an entertainment or a bragging rights or a toy, you know, like a Roman Abramovich. He is obviously a fan of Chelsea, but he wasn't a fan of Chelsea before he's bought the club, I don't think. He just bought a football club and made them a big, great football club because he spent loads of money on it. If we had that sort of manager, then there's no way, or that sort of owner, I should say, then there's no way United would be not winning the league every single year, in my opinion. We'd still be up there because we just wouldn't want for anything. We wouldn't want for anything in the recruitment aspect, in the youth recruitment aspect, in, you know, facilities, or, you know, we just wouldn't want for anything. And unfortunately, as much as United spend big on big players, we still are wanting for positions to be filled. Gungshi, how you doing, you absolute legend? I hope you're doing good tonight. He says, hi, Pig and lads and lasses. How are you doing, Gungshi Leone? Good to see you too. Hope you're having a good one, bud. Some people are reactionary pigs, says Jonathan Gallagher. Yeah, I mean, listen, I get it. I mean, I can't pretend that I'm not reactionary sometimes. That's just football, you know, we react. We're passionate fans. We react and we have different opinions. And if you think Ollie's not the man and we lose a few games on the bounce and we're playing shite football, that probably backs up your theory that he's not the man. You know, so I do get that. But I do also think that people are reactionary. And as far as reactionary fan bases go, the United fan base is a reactionary one. Yes, Chocolate Salty Balls, how's it going there, sir? We don't need a billionaire owner. We create enough revenue from the fans. That's the ideal scenario, is if it was just a 100% fan-based, fan-owned club. And then, like you say, because of the commercial revenue of the club, we'd know exactly where it was going, and we'd probably be able to steer this club into exactly where it needs to be, which is just producing brilliant talents, buying the right players every single year, and doing the right things for the club to actually make the team better on the pitch. That's all we have. That's all we really want. Man, I would love it if Manchester United owned the club, if the fans owned the club one day. I just don't see it happening. Rashi says, we don't need a billionaire owner. We create enough revenue from the fans. Dante, what's good? He says Zidane is as unproven as Ollie. Think about it. Walked into a Madrid team with Ronaldo in his prime. Ramos, Pepe, Varane, Modric, Benzema and Cruz. Can he build a team and turn it into champions? Dante, he's a man after me own heart. Dan, I said exactly the same thing at the start of the stream, mate. You're spot on. Like Zidane coming into United in this pressure cooker, trying to compete with Liverpool, City, Chelsea, all these other teams. It's not like that in La Liga. You've got one other team to compete with as well. Okay, the Champions League's amazing for him, don't get me wrong. But like you say, what a set of players. Bale and Ronaldo and Pepe and Ramos and all the rest of them. Brilliant teams, brilliant players. He knew the club. He was a Madrid player. That's invaluable information, just like it's invaluable for Solskjaer with United. It's invaluable for Zidane. And it wasn't really that long of a time since he was a player from going to being a coach to then being the manager. So it was a great transition for him, going into an ideal situation at a club that he knows and loves and is all about that Real Madrid life. But doing it at United, there's no basis for a CV that he can actually do that at United. Because like I say, it is a different culture, it's a different animal, different pressure, totally different country and style and league. It's totally different. I don't think he would win us the league overnight or anything like that either if Zidane came in. I think it's a poison chalice for Zidane. I think if Zidane took the job, man, we could, like I could say, spit him up and chew him out. Honestly think that. English football got to take control back. The fact is the Super League protests were too late. English football had already sold its soul long ago, says Stefan Harringtonio. Russian Man says the fan base is wound up by a tip from Solihull with over 1 million subs. Stefan says English football got to take control back. The fact is the Super League protests were too late. English football had already sold its soul long ago. English football, yeah, you're right, dude. Look at the owners, look at the way, allowing the Glazers to buy the club with debt, allowing, the Prince of Saudi Arabia or whatever to effectively buy Newcastle United as well. And you know, there's definitely, they've sold a lot of the ethics down the river over the years. Let's not pretend. Okay, Ashar Katana, it's a simple job for Ed Woodward. All you have to say is, Ollie, you're sacked. Your time here is done, says Ashar Katana. Don't think that's going to be Ed Woodward's job. He's leaving in December. And in my humble opinion, Solskjaer will outlast Ed Woodward. That's a good question, actually. Let me just ask you, who do you think will last longer in the job, Solskjaer or Woodward? Because Woodward leaves, I believe, the end of December, isn't it? That's when he's sort of handing over the reins, I believe. So, No thanks to Zidane, says Eamon Barrett. Well, I asked the chat earlier, and 56% of people wanted Zidane. It surprised me a little bit. Anyway, I think it just goes to show you, let's have another look at this, guys. These are the favourites. The favourite managers to take over from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't like any of them, really. I really don't like any of them. Obviously, Zidane's also on this list too, but the main favourites, Conte, Zidane and Rodgers, seem to be the ones that are most spoken about. Honestly, I just don't like any of them, guys. I'm going to be totally honest. Anyway, Kick-Ass says, Ollie, Zidane agent has said England doesn't interest him, so forget Zidane, says Chocolate Salty Balls, so that'd be good. Peter Coveney says, not just English football, look at UEFA and FIFA, they're all as bad as each other, so true, corruption to its core. Woodward says Andy, Ollie says Kick-Ass. Ian Dawn says, Pig, the irony of most clubs in the Premier League complaining about Saudi's backgrounds had taken over Newcastle. Well, the owners of most of league clubs have good moral backgrounds. Yeah, I know, yeah, you're spot on. I mean, you are spot on. Listen, football chairman, I think there've always been some questionable characters and individuals in there. Not always, there's been some great chairmen, some great noble owners and stuff, but I think just to be a football owner in this day and age, you've got to be a bit of a shark. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, oh, excuse me. Right then, lads and lasses. Yeah, don't like any of them either. Thank you, Eamon Barrett. Yeah, that's how it is for me. If there was a clear candidate, like I've said, before, if Nagelsmann was available, still he might be up there for me. I don't like Poch. I don't like Zidane really for United. I don't really like Conte and his style. I said if there was a Pep type character just after leaving Bayern or a Klopp type manager just after leaving Dortmund, then those would be the right guys. But they're not. They're not around right now. So, I just don't think that there's a really, really great candidate to take over. And right now we should just batten down the hatches, see if he can get the results. Lord Reptile says, FIFA tonight, Pig. I'm thinking about doing a FIFA tonight. I'm thinking about doing a FIFA tonight, guys. I don't know. I'm a little bit run down, actually. I've got a bit of lurgy, to be honest with you guys. I feel, you can't really hear it in my voice tonight. I've done a good job, but I've not sounded too ill. But I actually feel pretty ill right now. Mrs. P's been sneezing all over me all fucking weekend long. But so I've got a bit of a hot, I'm a bit hot right now. Just a bit hot and sweaty and fluey. But I'm okay. FIFA will be fun, says General. Cheeky little FIFA. Keep a lookout, guys. Keep a lookout. If I do FIFA, it'll be about 11:30, 11:45. So keep a lookout, guys. I don't want to, twist your nipples and lead you on. I'm just going to say, yeah, keep a lookout. There might be one. Right. She says, hope you're feeling well as possible today. Yes, Ellie, I hope you are definitely on the mend and feeling better. Much love to you too, Gungshi. Anybody else out there who's there's a few people who've getting over the COVID and stuff recently, etc. I hope everyone's doing well, guys. So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you everyone for watching this stream. I'm going to leave it there then. We've done the Ollie out debate stuff. We're going to get back on tomorrow with a preview for the Manchester United Atalanta game, and also have the lads on for another proper sort of Ollie in, Ollie out debate tomorrow at some point. Just get a few the lads on to talk about this situation a bit more. So keep a lookout tomorrow. Career mode, Pig, not tonight, Batman Night fan, but tomorrow I'm going to bring that back. Do you think Solskjaer will experiment with a new formation, maybe 4-4-2? I hope so, Wills, but knowing Solskjaer, probably not. All your bad advice and definition of character toward my club brought us bad luck. Could you never, ever say a bad word about my team, please? Sorry, Arsenal Manic, but I think that that's impossible for me to do because Arsenal are literally one of the shittest big clubs around, if that's what you want to call them. Anyway, right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Vincent Bullock, Lord Reptile wins, Wills, Reaper, Stefan, Ellie, Lewis, Stefan again, Rush Marno, of course, absolute legend, Batman Night fan, Big God Bob, Shenlol, Johnny Gallagher, Jason Adams, Shazan Ahmed, all the moderators, much love to you. All the channel members, thank you for watching. Wiggy as well, thank you, bro. Batman Night fan, everyone, that's going to be it from me. Smash a thumbs up on the stream before you go. Come back after it's finished and comment in the not live comments. Sorry if I didn't read any of your comments out. I tried to read a bunch out. Come back afterwards. Hey, Reaper. Thank you, Reaper. Everybody have a great day. Also, keep a lookout later. But come back, have your thoughts and your say in the comment section afterwards. Like, subscribe, comment. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you twat that subscribe button before you go. Kung Fu Cantonar, that bell icon as well, like your name was Quasimodo. Esmeralda, the bells, Esmeralda. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys. Rupert Meadow as well, Legend, Lewis, Storage, United Prodigy, Kick-Ass, Shazad, Reaper, Shamir, Qureshi, Wiggy, Ellie, and all the rest of you legends. This is The Pig. Thanks for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with some the latest Manchester United news, and as I say, a preview for the game. We'll also have a debate show on the channel tomorrow with some of the legends of the channel, so keep a look out for that. And then, of course, FIFA action coming too. So, bye guys, Mercato, Stefan, Big God, Vincent, everyone. That is going to be the end of the show. Stay classy, this Big. Take it easy.